So we have 2 awards to go, and both of those are my favorite people, by the way. So I apologize for showing my bias. And the next one is the Accessory Pioneer Award to a dear friend, Francine LeFrak. Francine, and I know you won't mind me saying this, Francine and her husband both are a dynamic couple. Francine has been amazing. She's supported the work of the United Nations. She's helped inspire women, empower women. When the Rwanda tragedy happened, Francine came to the United Nations and said, I want to help those women who have been suffering and who've been tortured. And I don't want to just give, as Patty said earlier on, it's not charity, it's smart philanthropy. I want to empower them, give them sustainability, I want to give them jobs, I want to sell their products here in the US so they can be part of society. She started Same Sky in 2008. And if you haven't seen that, those fancy bracelets actually came out of that. And she helped these HIV positive women after the genocide in Rwanda. Her work in social justice has been honored widely, including at the United Nations in the UN Women for Peace Award and the Women Who Cares Award, and of course the Ellis Island Medal of Honor. And we were privileged to receive that a few years ago, and that is a very special honor to recognize Americans who are doing great for humanity. Francine, a warm welcome to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Amir, and thank you, the girls of La La La, because there's a wonderful Statue of Liberty in that drawing, and that means a lot to me and my family. My husband, Rick Friedberg, where are you, honey? Did you leave? There he is. Even his email address is Liberty One New York, so he's perfect for liberty. I first want to thank Lorene Arbus, who's a great philanthropist who focuses on women's issues and disability and has really been a pioneer. And she is the one that nominated me for this award. And of course, I want to thank the inimitable Wendy Diamond for putting this all together and having us celebrate women's entrepreneurship. So let's give her a round of applause. So as Amir said, I was a film producer in Hollywood that won Emmy Awards and Tony Awards, and Missy won Grammy Awards, but you have an Emmy and Tony Award winner too on stage. But I was very taken by the Rwandan genocide and actually tried to do a film on the genocide when the movie Hotel Rwanda came out, and the Fox studios said, we're very sorry, but we're not going to make your movie. And I felt compelled to go to Rwanda and see what I could do, because as I mentioned before, there were so many women raped that became HIV that were literally waiting to die with their families. So to me, the greatest philanthropy is a job, not a handout. And I was always good with jewelry. I never expected to do it as a career, but I realized the women were so talented with their hands. I thought, what could I do? What could I do as a person to give them employment? Because employment is about dignity. It's about capturing your talent. So I started this jewelry company, and this necklace was made by a genocide survivor in Rwanda, and every bead represents hope for this woman. And many of the women became entrepreneurs themselves. Asante Jacqueline started a potato business. So many of them started their own endeavors. But this necklace actually paid for one of their children to go to school for 1 year. Now, does anyone have children in school and know how much it costs? Imagine a necklace that could do so much. And this bracelet actually paid for their health care for one whole year. So I loved the idea of this conscious consumerism concept. And there I was sending, this is 11 years ago, and I've been doing it for 11 years, and so I'm sending the beads, selling them here, and we helped around 200 women. Then I started working about 7 years ago with the Hudson County Jail and women who were formerly incarcerated. And we started making these little bracelets. And the same thing that happened in Rwanda happened here. The women would go around the table, they'd tell each other their fears, their anxieties, their shame, whatever it was, and they had each other. They had the support of the other women, and it empowered them to start dreaming again. And I can stand here and tell you that of the 200 women we gave jobs to, not one has gone back to prison in a population where 75% go back to prison within the first 24 months. So my dream really was to empower and scale as many women as possible. And here I am selling all this jewelry thinking, oh my God, how can I sell all this jewelry and keep selling it and scale? And I couldn't figure it out. So I got in business with this other company and we started doing business training. And we started training the women to open their own collectives and to have material and products they could sell in Rwanda, but also get all the material so I wouldn't have to ship these heavy beads to Rwanda through FedEx. So the women started making baskets and bags, and I can tell you we've trained over 600 women now, and their businesses are such that they're selling to West Elm, they're selling to all these amazing stores, Bed Bath & Beyond, and they are doing better than when they had the jewelry. So I took this business training idea and started working in the Women in Need homeless shelter and started working with women who needed to build their income because they were mothers. And how, you know, it's very interesting when you go to a homeless shelter, you get shocked because you don't know who lives in that homeless shelter. There was a doctor from the Ivory Coast. There was a woman who had a real estate business in Tobago. There were so many women that were professional in the healthcare field, in different fields. Do you know how easy it is to fall off the grid? Do you have any idea of how easy it is? Well, these women started this computer training, and I'm here to say we're on our 6th group of women, and I can tell you that giving them skills to get jobs. They are determined. They inspire me every day. I have so much gratitude that I have the opportunity. And actually, I invite everybody to our next graduation, because if you want to get high on life, come see these women graduate with their children right next to them. It is something. If anybody wants to come, I really invite you. It's, anyway, the good news is that 40% of them, 40% of these women have gotten jobs, and 20% got permanent housing out of the homeless shelter. So the numbers are not perfect, but we're on the right track. So working with women is my passion, and I will continue doing it, and I'll never forget the women who are at the bottom, because they need it more. And as I said on the panel before, when you work with them, the impact that you make and the dividends that they pay are enormous, because the change in their families, their change with their children is just fantastic. But I want to leave here with one thought, which is that I believe that women, and we have some on this podium now with Lorene and Patty and really all the women, that we need to turn our philanthropy to helping other women. And why I'm saying that is, in America, 60% of the money is controlled by women. But do you know how much of that money goes to women's causes? 7%. and 5% is for breast cancer and ovarian cancer. So I want to challenge you to be a philanthropist, and I want to challenge you to support women's issues. And Lorene certainly has done it, and Patty has done it, and Norma, and of course Golden Seeds, and I forgot your name, I'm so embarrassed. But in any event, I think it's really important to think about what I'm saying. We have to be role models for other women to use their money to support each other, because that's going to change the world. Thank you very much.